Well, howdy, y'all. It's Juniper Joe, and it's time to talk about the best month in BookTube, June on the Range. Now, June on the Range was created by Michael K. Vaughan, and it is just about reading Westerns. Okay, I can only do that for so long. Let's talk about Westerns, and let's talk about this BookTube event, which is my favorite BookTube event of the year. I said it was created by Michael K. Vaughan, and he's the one that laid down the rules. Now, the rules for this year, which I'll link his video in the description, the rules for this year are you need to read at least one Louis L'Amour novel, one Zane Grey novel, and 2 novels from other authors. They have to be Westerns, of course. It's June on the Range. You don't have to do that. You can just read any Western. Read a Western. It's June. Let's enjoy a little fun out in the West. A lot of booktubers do June on the Range, and it's super fun. This is going to be my first year as a booktuber doing June on the Range. I didn't have a channel last year, but I did participate. I read a Western. I will also link Steve Donahue's June on the Range video because he was struggling to decide whether or not he was just going to binge Louis L'Amour again, and we'll see what happens this year. Should be fun. Now, I'm not going to binge Louis L'Amour. I'm definitely going to read at least 2 novels from Louis L'Amour. I'm going to start with Hondo. I got one of these Louis L'Amour collection, like fake leather bound books, and they're super cool. I plan on picking these up slowly. Every time I need a new Louis L'Amour book, I'm just going to pick up one of these fancy leather bounds. I know it kind of flies in the face of the spirit of June on the Range because we're supposed to be reading these little pulpy books that disintegrate as we open them. I want these Westerns to last. I got to pass these down to future generations so they can enjoy June on the Range too. The next one I'm going to read is Last Stand at Papago Wells. And the reason I picked these 2 is they were recommended to me by someone. And, you know, I don't know what I'm looking for in a Western, so I'll just take whatever people I trust recommend for me to read. Those are my 2 Louis L'Amours. Now, I need help. I don't have any Zane Grey books. I had one, but I really didn't like it. It was like something of the Purple Sage or something, and I just wasn't feeling it, so I quit reading that one. I need help. So all you Western enjoyers out there, tell me which Zane Grey book to read, and I will pick it up. I also have this beautiful tome from Max Brand. Look at that awesome cowboy. And I'm going to read at least 2 of these. Now, the ones in this are Destry Rides Again, 6 Gun Country, Trouble Trail, Flaming Irons, and The Man from Mustang. If any of you have read those, I need help too. Let me know which one of these is your favorite. Or if they're all good, I'll just pick one at random. Yeah, this was that awesome book I picked up for like $3.50 at Half Price Books because they don't know how to price things without a barcode. So that was a win for me. The last one I am definitely reading. So I'm reading the 2 Louis L'Amours, at least 1 Max Brand, whichever Zane Grey y'all recommend, and I'm going to read Ombre by Elmore Leonard. Now, I might also read Valdez is Coming because these are very short books. Maybe I'll read both, but I'm definitely reading Ombre because that was the one that was recommended to me, and the only way I could pick it up was in this 2-book collection. So definitely going to get to that. If I'm feeling really ambitious and I got a lot of time left in the month, I might try to fit Lonesome Dove in, which sounds incredibly stupid considering Lonesome Dove is a tome. We'll see how the month goes. I'm going to be busy for about 9 days straight. I don't know how much reading I'll get to do, but I should have plenty of audiobook time. So we'll see how this goes. Now that I've got that out of the way, I want to talk about why I love Westerns as much as I do. I haven't read a lot of them, but every time I read a Western, it's so fun. And, you know, that's one of the reasons I read the books I read. I want to have fun. I mean, reading is a hobby. The hobbies I have, I do them because I enjoy them. And so I want to read books I enjoy. Now, I do enjoy challenging myself sometimes, but it's summer. I want to enjoy some time in the shade and just read a Western. Another interesting thing about Westerns is they share a lot of pacing and tropes with sword and sorcery. I've talked about it in another video. It's so fascinating that you have like this hero who's usually saving a damsel in distress, or he's fighting against a corrupt local power, usually like a crooked sheriff or a businessman or something. And it's the same thing as sword and sorcery, but instead of a sword, you've got a 6-gun. It's just super fun. So I really, really want all of you to give June on the Range a chance. And like I said before, please let me know a good Zane Grey book to read. I need to know. And if any of you want suggestions on what to read, I've got those 2 Louis L'Amour books that I know are good. I've read Flint by Louis L'Amour, and it's fun. I've tried some of the Sackett stuff, and a lot of that is like pre-Western. It's like them coming to the country and kind of creating this family lineage that eventually becomes Westerns. I probably would avoid those, but most Louis L'Amour stuff, you're going to be good to go. And I don't know how good they are, but Robert E. Howard wrote Westerns. I think I have a couple of short stories on my bookshelf that are Robert E. Howard Westerns. If I can find it, I'm going to give that a try too. 4 of these books are set in stone. So the 2 Louis L'Amours, 1 Max Brand, 1 Elmore Leonard. I'm also going to read whatever Zane Grey has suggested to me. But if there's anything else that I'm missing since I'm still new to Westerns, I just want y'all to let me know in the comments and maybe I'll try to squeeze it in, or at the very least, I'll keep an eye on it for next year. I think that's it. This video has been real fun to make. You would be surprised at how hard it is to find a cowboy hat in Texas. I asked around to everyone I knew. I only knew one person that had a cowboy hat and it didn't fit my giant head. Well, I got one, which is good. Let me know in the comments if you plan on participating in June on the Range. And I just want to let y'all know, thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.